It's 2021. In the last year alone, 22 million people lost their jobs during a pandemic. 71% of people are currently working from home, and 54% saying they would like to work from home once the pandemic is over. E-commerce in the US alone has grown 44% over the last year. And e-commerce is absolutely taking over right now. And not only are businesses saying, how can we move online? The individual, the average folk, is looking to get a piece of that pie. This year alone has made everyone take a step back and look at their current life and the world and look at it extremely differently. It's a time of reflection and growth. I want to applaud you for stumbling across this video because obviously you're curious about dropshipping and are eager to get started and learn about this massive growing opportunity. Now the intro was a little dramatic, so I want to kind of reel it back in here, okay? My name is Kyle Plummer, and I've been fortunate enough to make 6- and 7-figure businesses over the last 4 years in specifically dropshipping. And a lot of the requests I'm getting on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram is, Kyle, if I'm a brand new dropshipper, how do I get started? What's the best way to get started? Tell me everything you need to know. So that is why I'm making this video for beginners who are looking to get into dropshipping. I'm going to share my best strategies for 2021 if I was to start from scratch. One of the biggest challenges I had 4 years ago when I first started dropshipping is I didn't have a crystal clear roadmap to what success looked like. And so today in this video, what I want to do is break down how to get started, what's going to be your budget to get started, how to find products to sell, and all the tools that you need to be successful in your journey in dropshipping. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. The most frequently asked question I get from people that are just looking to start into this is, Kyle, how much money do I need to get started in dropshipping? And to be honest, I hate these types of answers, but it depends. There's a lot of different variables that go on, but don't worry, I'm going to give you a confident answer and a real solid answer for you to go off of here. Now, keep in mind, one of your biggest expenses is going to be advertising, okay? And on this channel, I talk about a myriad of different ways that you can use to drive free traffic. And so I'll just stay to the end because I'm going to show you some resources that are going to be super helpful for you if you do have a lower budget. But I would say the minimum, okay, the minimum to start in dropshipping is going to be around the $200 mark, okay? So let me break that down further for you. With $200, okay, the first $51 would be spent towards $29 for your Shopify plan, okay? $10 for your domain, and $12 to make a custom email because it's super important. You need to have a support email to make the business legitimate. Now, this is going to be the bare essentials, okay? And then from there, that's gonna be your 51 bucks, and then you've got $149 that are left over. This is going to be used for your advertising and your product costs. Now, in my opinion, having only 149 bucks to try to advertise, to test this process is, it's kind of skimpy. You're kind of skimping out. It's going to be hard for you to test things. It's going to be hard for you to be successful. The probability is a lot lower, but it's not impossible. Most beginner dropshippers who start to run ads have no clue about Facebook ads, and they end up wasting about 200 to 300 bucks just to grasp the tiniest little bit of information about how they actually run. This is why I recommend starting with a budget of $500 because this allows you to have a little bit more runway to test things, to learn, and to grow, and eventually hopefully succeed in dropshipping. Again, there are free ways to promote and ways to avoid spending a lot of money on advertising in the beginning. I will talk about those at the end of the video. No matter what you do, as they say, you have to spend money to make money. Having a higher budget is going to give you obviously a higher probability to be successful. So in this case, the more the merrier, because more than likely you're not going to be successful with your first product. That was at least the case with me, as well as a lot of the other people that both I coach and know in the industry. But every now and then you're going to get someone that wins the great golden ticket, the lottery ticket, lottery winner. What most people do is they pick a random product, they build a website around it, start running ads, and they think that, look, overnight, I'm just going to be a success. Okay, it's not that way. What I will say is that dropshipping will never die, but the old methods of dropshipping will. So that's why I'm thankful that you're on this channel, because I'm going to teach you all the modern methods to be successful in dropshipping. If you have not subscribed already, I encourage you to do so right now. But let's put a cap on this section. $200 to $500 is going to be the magic number that I give for those that are just starting out as far as a budget goes. Now, another big question that I get is, Kyle, how much time is required? And I know you don't have all the time in the world to dedicate to this. Maybe you're going to school, or maybe you have a full job, a 9-to-5 job, or maybe you're working on a thriving cat sweater business. All jokes aside, can you do this in your free time? Absolutely. In fact, when I was starting to do this, I was working a full-time job, a 9-to-5, and I would spend maybe a few hours a night starting to get this business going. Look, the goal isn't to be perfect, okay? The goal isn't to give it 110% every night. You're not going to be waking up at 4 a.m. and going to bed at midnight, just hustling and grinding. This isn't, you're not creating the next Google here. But on that point, don't use that as an excuse to be lazy. Now, there's also a very hard question to answer because to some, success means different things to different people, right? Different strokes for different folks. Now, to some, success means being financially free, being able to buy the house they want, the car they want, take the trips they want, etc. And along with being financially free comes the ability to work on the things you want, your passion projects, like that cat sweater business. And then for others, success could mean being, going way beyond financial freedom. Now, with that being said, the time requirements are going to be drastically different depending on which those two goals that you fall into. Now, let's just say that if you were trying to be financially free, we'll put the price tag on like $100,000 profit every single year. In most cases, if you listen to the right people, implement the right strategies, and continue to test products, I've seen numerous people, countless people, be able to make an extra $100 to $500 a day profit in just 3 to 6 months. And in that time frame, they are dedicating about 1 hour per night consistently throughout that time. This means that one night you might dedicate 3 hours to the business, and then the other night you might, watch a Netflix series because, look, I get it. You don't want to burn yourself out. You don't want to bang your head into the wall. But in this case, you want to make sure that you are being consistent because consistency is the only way to make this work. I would much rather have someone work on their dropshipping business every day, just an hour a day for over, a 7-day window, let's say, versus someone having, putting all their energy, the 7 hours into a single day and then taking a rest the 6 days. At some point, you could get to a place where you're only putting in maybe 15 minutes to half hour into the dropshipping business. Now, if your goal is to go and make a boatload of money, just money that you can't even spend type money, $1 million plus, every single year, then you're going to have to dedicate a lot more effort. Virtually your whole day is going to be built around building this business. You're working around the clock like a hamster at that point. We're talking about a living and breathing business right here, okay? Oh, well then, somebody screwed up the audio, so I'm going to be redoing it right now, okay? Where were we? Okay, time requirement. Okay, so you'd be surprised at how many people are making $100K a year profit doing dropshipping that have no previous skills or knowledge, people just like you and me. It comes with the right information, consistency, and of course, persistence. But let's move on here, okay? So let's talk about products because as I mentioned, product is going to be the number one factor that you're successful in dropshipping. But, Kyle, where do you find these products? You'd actually be surprised to find out that a lot of the products that we do buy on Amazon or online are sourced from the same suppliers that we're going to talk about here in a second. Now, there are dozens of different sites that you can check out to order these products, to source these products, the most common being AliExpress. Now, we're currently in transition from AliExpress where we're moving from not using it anymore to using these other alternatives that I'm going to talk about in a second. But AliExpress has been the go-to for beginners since way back before I started dropshipping over 4 years ago. Now, a lot of people use AliExpress because it's easy and there's a lot of information out there. But we are moving beyond that because of these slow shipping times and the bad customer support. So what are these alternatives that I'm talking about? Okay, we've got CJ Dropshipping, Zendrop, and Spocket. And the reason that people are moving to this is just naming a few, but the reason people are moving to these websites is because, look, it might cost a little bit more for shipping, but you're getting a lot faster, okay? Because the number one complaint for dropshippers is how long their shipping times are. Now, this is something that will result in chargebacks and returns and basically just take money out of your pocket, okay? Now, I just uploaded a video, I believe last week or 2 weeks ago, talking about how to get faster shipping methods in detail. I'll pop that up right now. In some cases, you can actually get 2-day shipping, just like Amazon is. But I'll have more on that later. So once you actually find a place or a site to source your products, it's time to actually pick that product. And like I said, this is going to be the number one factor that you're successful in drop shipping. So what I tell people is this, okay? Look, you can have a really good product and bad marketing and still sell that product, okay? You can still get sales doing that. But you can't really do it vice versa. You can't have a bad product and have amazing marketing and fix a product that nobody wants. So keep that in your head. I see it all the time where people have these websites that looks like a 5-year-old built them, but they are able to still make sales. That's because the product is good. That's because the customer is looking at that product and literally saying, take my money. Now, I've talked about in the past that there are 3 main factors that make a successful winning dropshipping product. I'm gonna let you know right now. The first is the wow factor, okay? It's the scroll stopper, okay? If I'm on my newsfeed scrolling, I'm looking for my phone. If I'm on my newsfeed scrolling and I'm in between a picture of my friends on vacation and a hot dog eating contest, I'm not looking for ads. So what's going to get me to stop? The second factor is going to be something that has mass appeal. I want a large audience, okay? I'd rather sell this baby water mat that has a lot of potential buyers versus some very niche Wallace and Gromit throw pillow. Now, the last factor is that it has to actually solve a problem. It has to have some utility to it. And look, you're gonna have plenty of products that you can sell that just have an entertainment value, or it's just interesting. But at the end of the day, most of the products you sell have to solve a problem for that customer, either make their life better or easier in some way. Now, I'm gonna be coming out with a video very soon in about a week or so talking about all the different research methods that I use, current ones that I'm using in 2021 that you should know. And if you're not subscribed, if you're not prepared for that, then you should definitely be subscribed right now. Let's move to the foundation of your business. And by this, I mean your website, the applications that run your website, and any other tools you need to be a successful dropshipper. Again, don't worry if you don't have any idea of how to do this. It's actually super easy, and I got plenty of resources, actually step-by-steps of how to do this at the very end. So stay tuned for those resources. So the platform you're gonna be using to build your website is called Shopify. Now, there's other ones like WooCommerce or Squarespace or a whole host of other ones, but we're focusing on Shopify. In my opinion, Shopify is the easiest platform to use. In fact, virtually all dropshippers use it, and there's so much information out there, like I've said before. It's super simple. It's a drag and drop system that allows you to build a website much like you would, a social media profile. You don't need to know any coding, and it's extremely user-friendly. Now, once you've picked a platform, it's now time to pick a theme, okay? It's now time to pick a theme. So there are definitely paid and free themes, and I'm gonna go into those right now. The best free theme that I've been talking about this year is Debutify. Now, this is going to be the #1 highest converting theme in the world. Now, the reason I like this theme is because it allows you to have a lot of those apps that you might purchase for on Shopify in addition to just having the theme in general. So a lot of those are already included. They've done all the heavy lifting, they've done the split testing, they found something that works, and it works well, okay? And on top of that, you're getting something that looks good, okay? It looks good, it looks beyond just those chintzy little websites that you see today, that's, the typical dropshipping websites, okay? So this is how you take a step beyond that. I'm gonna have a link down below that you can use to go see if it's for you and to download today. Some other popular free themes I would use are Debut or Brooklyn, and you're gonna be able to find those within the Shopify dashboard once you sign up for an account. In addition to those, you can go and pay hundreds of dollars to have a custom theme or a high paid theme. In my opinion, it doesn't matter that much right now in the early stages because look, like I said, if your product is not good, then the website's not gonna fix that. The website comes into play down the road as you're scaling, you're building this out, and you want something that's more high converting, efficient, like I said, with a Debutify theme. That's super important down the road, but if you can't get a sale, a website's not gonna fix your not having a sale issue. As you scale up, as you build the store out, having a higher converting site is basically like putting extra money in your pocket without doing more work because you're driving the same amount of traffic, but you're converting at a lot higher rate. So, let's touch a bit about apps here. Again, if you download the Debutify theme, there's gonna be a lot of apps that you have in front of you that are included with the theme, but there's gonna be 3 that I would include in addition to those that are not included. An app like Oberlo is going to be an absolute necessity. This is going to be a bridge between your store and the supplier where you're actually getting the products from. This allows you to import products directly from AliExpress to your website with just a click of a button. And when your customers hopefully start to make sales on your website, you're able to fulfill those orders. Extremely simple, extremely easy. Every dropshipper has Oberlo and it's completely free. The next app I would recommend is going to be some sort of a review app. That's why I recommend downloading Ali Reviews or Looks app because look, if you're going to a website that you've never been to before and you don't know anyone that's shopped there, are you really going to buy something from there without any sort of reviews? Okay, we live and breathe off reviews. That's why it's a must to have some sort of app for social proof. The last one I'd recommend is going to be some sort of abandoned cart app because look, people get busy. Maybe I'm on your website, all of a sudden I get a phone call, maybe I get bored, maybe the cat closes my laptop. You don't know what happens where people are at and you need to send reminders. That's why I highly recommend any sort of abandoned cart app. The one I use is called Abandonment Protector, and this is a popular one in the space. What this will do is it'll basically send emails to people encouraging them, reminding them to finish their purchase because look, you've already paid the traffic. These are what you would call warm leads. Now look, There are definitely hundreds of different apps out there. I wanted to keep this concise and to the point. Again, the app is not going to make you. You have to have a good product at the end of the day. And so that's why I focus on these three. Here are some amazing resources that you need to check out right now. Okay, the first one is going to be a step-by-step guide on how to build a Shopify dropshipping store in 2021. I released that video just 2 weeks ago, so it's brand new. Go check it out. If you don't know anything about how to build a store, that'll tell you everything you need to know. The next thing you want to check out is going to be a playlist that I created on my YouTube channel called Don't Know Where to Start with Dropshipping. Watch this. That'll tell you everything you pretty much need to know about starting with dropshipping and get your store up and running and successful. I also dropped a 7-day jumpstart to dropshipping challenge. This is going to be the fastest and easiest way to get up and running and be successful in dropshipping. There's absolutely no fluff. It's brand new, and every single day we work on one area of dropshipping, so by the end of it, you have a fully fledged store ready to launch and to tackle the world. I will include a link down below to that so you can check that out. Whatever you decide to do, I highly recommend you subscribe to the YouTube channel because I am releasing some of the best content on dropshipping, e-commerce, and branding on the internet. Drop a big like on here, drop hashtag winner down below, and as I always say, until next time, peace.